Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to do the full unboxing and review of my recently acquired Panerai Radiomir 1940. A watch that I was able to buy brand new from the boutique even though it was discontinued around 4 years ago. So take a coffee and enjoy the video. On my wrist today, the dbabykai Royal Oak chronograph in 38mm. Let's start with the giveaway I received to the watch. A dark green Panerai cap. Next we have the cardboard box that contains the watch box. I paid $7,700 for the watch in 2023 here at the Panerai boutique Dubai Mall. A bit more than the initial release price, but considering that this watch is nearly 10 years old already, I think it is well justified to increase the price by a few $100s. Inside the cardboard box we find an additional strap that I ordered custom made to the watch. The Panerai screwdriver to remove the pin buckle, and the wooden watch box, of course. The box feels well made, somehow similar to an Omega box. A cotton glove to clean the watch. And the paperwork in addition to the watch. The user manual, stamped by the Panerai boutique Dubai Mall. The whole content is individualized for the Panerai Radiomir 1940. Great to see that they didn't include a generic one. Everything about the watch is well explained, from the water resistance, strap change to the recommended maintenance. The warranty booklet. Also, this is stamped by the Dubai Mall boutique and contains the serial number of the watch. So this small booklet is basically the warranty card to your watch. As I bought the watch under the new warranty conditions of Panerai, it now comes with a superb 8 years warranty. And the Panerai passport. We are very pleased to welcome you in Panerai and introduce you to the different facets of our brand. Since 1860, the very essence of Panerai lies in its ambition to push back every limit, and today it continues to write a story made of action and adventure, reflecting the spirit of a brand made of contemporary heroes. Every Panerai watch is as unique as the story it tells. Enjoy your visit. Jean-Marc, Panerai CEO. Received on the day of the purchase and filled out with my personal details. Moving on to the watch, protected by this cotton glove. And here it is, my new beautiful Panerai Radiomir 1940, reference 574. Let's remove the bezel protector. Time to bring her to life. For that we unscrew the crown and wind the watch to the full 3 days power reserve. Once fully wound, you will feel a resistance that tells you the spring is fully loaded. Pulling out the crown into the first position will reset the seconds to the 12 o'clock position. By rotating the crown, we can set the time now. Afterwards, we push the crown back in and screw it down so the watch is water resistant again. Quite simple, and the seconds reset is a useful feature as well. Also, winding the watch feels really good and not as scratchy as some other movements. The weight of the watch is 77 grams. The case diameter is 42 mm. The thickness of the watch is 10.8 mm. The lug-to-lug length measures 48 mm, and the strap starts at 22 mm and tapers down to 18 mm at the buckle. In addition to the watch, I ordered this custom-made leather strap in a vintage aged olive green. A reminder to the gloriful times of Panerai during World War II. Just from holding it on top of the watch, it already looks great. The Panerai 574 features the historic 1940s 42mm Radiomir case in steel that has a few but distinct differences to the original Radiomir case. The Panerai Radiomir origins from the early 20th century, a time during which Panerai already had been supplying the Royal Italian Navy with wristwatches. At the time, Panerai patented a radium-based self-luminous material called Radiomir to paint it onto the military-graded watches. The watches featured massive 47mm cushion-shaped cases built by Rolex, hand-wound movements and dials painted with the radium-based paint. To fix the watches on the wrist, wire lugs were welded to the case and so straps could be attached. An oversized crown that could be operated with dive gloves completed the package. A decade later, in the 1940s, the case of the watch evolved for even better performance. To increase the robustness, the lugs and case were built out of one block. And by that, the wire lugs were removed and now you had these really massive one-piece lugs that come out of the case. The conical big crown was replaced by a more cylindrical one to reduce the risk of it getting caught on things or accidentally knocking it off. And so the Panerai Radiomir 1940 case was born. The whole case is polished, front and back of the watch feature a sapphire crystal, and crown and case back are screwed into the case for 100-meter water resistance. The crown is inspired from the typical Rolex crowns Panerai used back in the days. Through the case back you can see the P1000 movement, which features a seconds reset function for quick synchronization. Once you pull out the crown, the seconds hand at 9 o'clock will immediately reset. The power reserve of the movement is 72 hours and it beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour. It comes with hours, minutes and small seconds. The movement is hand wound, including 21 jewels, and of course it hacks. The green alligator strap that comes with the watch is an eye-catcher and looks great in addition to the watch with its polished case and black dial. The pin buckle is fully polished as well and not as massive as the usual Panerai buckles you will find on the luminor or on the submersible. The dial of the watch is the famous Panerai sandwich dial, which I absolutely love. And in fact, this is the most beautiful dial I could imagine having on a Panerai. First of all, the sandwich technology is of course great, as you have a whole plate of lume underneath the top part of the dial. And with this full lume plate, you will have of course a very strong glow during nighttime once the luminous material is charged. Removing the 9 o'clock numeral with the small seconds makes the watch quite interesting, but at the same time keeps a great balance in comparison to those Panerai watches that have a numeral and next to the numeral the small seconds. Just look at this, how well it is balanced and how the small seconds still makes the watch quite interesting. The sandwich dial ensures great legibility, the contrast is superb and the typical Panerai font used for the numerals is beautiful. The hands are polished and filled with lume as well. At nighttime this watch does a fantastic job and has the strongest lume of all my watches. So with that, it's time for a wrist shot. And now it is time for the watch score. The dimensions of the watch are amazing. You immediately see that it is a Panerai, but you can actually wear it on small to big size wrists without any problems. The case is, due to the cushion shape, very comfortable and slim as well, with only 10.8 mm. The case comes with a 100-meter water resistance, what is also amazing nowadays for a slim Panerai. I don't think there are many other slim Panerais in the portfolio anymore that are only 10 mm thick and still deliver 100-meter water resistance. On top you have the screw down crown, screw down case back and a double sapphire to protect the dial and show the movement at the same time. Speaking about the movement, we have a strong power reserve of 72 hours and innovative seconds reset. and a nice finishing with a mix of brushed and polished surfaces. The strap is of high quality with a nicely shaped, not too big pin buckle. For the daily usage, the watch lacks a date, but is highly legible. For the weekend, it will calm you down and collect many kudos thanks to the history and iconic design. And for the sportive usage, you can put it on a nylon strap to make it a great sports watch. Image and history of these 1940 pieces are good as well, and the brand recognition is becoming better again after a few years of a downturn. With a price tag of around $7,700 nowadays, even though you can't buy it anymore, the watch is certainly not cheap, but offers a great package comparing it to other brands of the same level. All of that together gives the watch a total score of 79 out of 100 and positions it right in the top quarter and made it an immediate buy for me. My subjective opinion would probably rank it even higher, as I'm so happy with this watch right now, but I should be careful to not take the honeymoon period into consideration over here. A Panerai that ticked all my boxes and on top is cheaper than most other watches that I like right now is just too good to be true. And with that, we are at the end of the review. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.